Hi, I'm Reba with the Mystery Box Show. Today's story touched our hearts and other places in a very surprising way. Here to share that story with you is Tina Hein.
I was sitting on my front porch. I was kneeling, and I was kneeling on a nice blanket because it was cement, and I was kneeling between my husband and our best friend. I was wearing this really cute top that was down from the shoulders, and it looked like a slutty pirate costume because it was. And I just I was really thrilled, and I was enjoying myself. And then suddenly I heard a car. And we live out in the country in Nanaimo, and when cars are coming towards our place, oftentimes it means they're coming to our place. And and I figured that if someone was coming to our place, I'd probably be okay explaining like why I was kneeling between these two men drinking beer, but I might have difficulty explaining the collar and the leash and the 3-foot foxtail coming out of my ass. How did I get here? The first time I saw my husband, I was 15 years old and we were in high school. And we've been together ever since. Um, and essentially, we've had an open relationship since the very beginning, almost the very beginning. A lot of people close to me know this, but not everybody does. So, hi, Mom. Um, what is our open relationships are kind of confusing for a lot of people. There's so many definitions. Ours, ours, I like to compare it to golf. Everybody has their hobbies, right? Some people love golf, and you can golf by yourself. You can practice your swing and go and do a round if you like, and of course you can golf with your partner. That's fantastic. I love that. But you can also golf with lots of other people, and it can be really really fun. So moving ahead, we are living our best life. We're having a really great time, and we're about ready to have kids. And I'm not sure why, but I had this belief, I had this idea that it was really important for us to close our marriage, not have it open anymore. I don't know if I just wanted stability. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't enjoying myself as much anymore. I don't know. But it was important to me that we closed our relationship. We were no longer open. Now, for a period of time, my husband would sometimes ask after our son was born. He would say, wouldn't it be fun if we did that thing again? We go golfing again. And I just knew I just wasn't in a really good place. I was a new mom and living a life and working part time and there was just a lot going on. And I was too stressed out. And opening your marriage can make it or break it for the better. And I just knew I couldn't right now. And he asked me again, and he asked me like several years later, and I was just so tired of him asking. I just said, "Look, no, it's never going to happen again. No." So one day I walk into my office, this office actually, right here, the home office where I share a computer with my husband, and I want to check my email, and so I booted up the PC and I went into Yahoo, and there was this weird email address in the username bar. And I was like, what is this? What is this? I knew he was keeping a secret from me. So immediately I knew what it was. I tried to explain it away. Maybe my nephews had tried to check their email. Um, I didn't know my son was too young. It wasn't him. Um, but I knew what it was. And when my husband got home, I confronted him. I was furious. Furious, I said to him, "Get out. That's it. Get out." We'd had this open relationship. How dare he? How dare he go behind my back? How dare he? And I know it was closed, and I know he was lonely living with me. Ugh. I was also kind of humiliated because not even a month before, a girlfriend of mine had like the same thing happen, and she said to me, "Tina, this would never happen to you and Jeff. You guys have such a great relationship. This could never happen to you," like a month before. And I believed her. The secret email did two things for me. It helped my husband to release some pressure. He was lonely. I was not in a good place. And he was looking for connection with people, and he was just chatting. The other thing it did was it was a catalyst. I didn't realize how stuck we were. And even though I felt like we were in a really great place, especially when I would talk to all my friends, I was just really surprised. And but within about 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, I don't know how I did it. I was just able to just completely recommit and choose my husband and choose us. And we'd been together for more than 20 years at this point, and I wasn't ready to give up. And so we started this journey. But we had no idea what we were doing. Like, how do you reconnect like this? Who does this? So we didn't know. But now what? Now what do we do? Well, days later, maybe a week, I walk into my kitchen and Jeff says to me, "Hey, I found this book and I think it could help our marriage." And I was like, "Fantastic. Oh, this is great. Oh, wonderful." He wanted me to check it out because he's not a big reader and he didn't want to waste his time reading a book that if it wasn't really going to help. And so he asked me to check it out, look at reviews and stuff like that. So I did. And the title of the book, though, the title of the book was How to Turn Your Wife into a Nymphomaniac. And I was like, what the fuck? This is how you want to fix our marriage? Oh, my eyes rolled so hard I could see my brain. But I had committed and I believed in us. And so I checked this book out, and How to Turn Your Wife into a Nymphomaniac was as a book from a website called Married and Happy. And when I looked at the reviews, they were like, it wasn't gross. It wasn't like, "Oh my God, we fuck all the time now. My wife is my sex slave." It wasn't anything like that. The reviews were lovely. They were, "I've never been so in love before. My wife is so happy. We're so happy together." So I was like, all right, let's try it. But there was on the website, it's called A System for Men. And so I knew I wasn't supposed to read it. And I'm really glad that I didn't read the book, and I still haven't. So we're out for a walk one day. We start to get these strategies. We're starting to come together and we're starting to reconnect, and we're walking on this beautiful trail. And I notice that I'm chattering. I'm really happy. That's weird. But I continue chattering, and I'm looking at him, and he's got this little smile on his face. I'm kind of suspicious, to be honest, because it's been rough little while, and what's this smile about? And is he laughing at me? Like, what's going on? And I ask him, like, what's going on? Why are you smiling? It's nothing. It's no big deal. A couple minutes later, I realized he's using the book think he's using the book, techniques from the book. And I don't know what triggered it, but what made me think that. But I did know that I was really feeling connected with him. I was feeling like I was heard. And if I look back, I feel like maybe what I was feeling was the very beginning of turn on. Being hot for my husband again. And that was really great. I'd been working like the great thing about this moment on this trail was that I finally really felt heard, and I felt really safe and held. And I think that was a trigger for me to be able to just kind of like dive into myself and take care of myself. I had been working on my physical health, but I didn't realize how much my mental health was suffering. How until I started learning about self-care and boundaries and basic communication with partner. Wow. Flash forward a little bit. We've got some new hobbies now. We love BDSM, we love role play, we love all kinds of play. We have a lot of sex. We took up tantra. That oh my gosh, that took us from the mini golf course to the PGA tour, and we reopened our marriage. People started to notice. We completely changed. We basically fell in love together. I'm not just my husband's wife, now I'm his girlfriend, his hot, slutty girlfriend. And sometimes people would ask me, like, hey, what's your secret? What's your story? What's going on? And I would say, well, there's this book. It's called How to Turn Your Wife into a Nymphomaniac. But don't worry, you don't actually become a nymphomaniac. Though lately, I'm not so sure. I'm monitoring myself for my nymphomaniacal tendencies. The car didn't come down the driveway that day. I repositioned myself. I got my hair. I fixed my tail. I sat back down. I got that hand patting my hair again. And I have a grin on my face like a Cheshire cat in heat. I'm so happy. And I know that our marriage isn't like Disney princess material. I know that. I get it. But I believe that now Jeff and I have the tools to actually live happily ever after.
Thanks for watching. Tell us what you thought about Tina's story in the comments below. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/mysteryboxshow. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our upcoming live streams and confession corners. We'll see you next time.